When we think of boundaries, it's common to imagine them as shields or fortresses protecting us from harm and keeping out negative or undesired influences. This image might feel empowering initially, but boundaries constructed from this perspective are often rooted in fear-based emotions such as overwhelm, anxiety, or anger. They are reactive, driven by what others have done to us, and are heavily dependent on controlling external factors to maintain our sense of safety and inner peace. In the realm of psychological well being, such boundaries have the potential to ultimately become unhealthy and unsustainable. Reactive boundaries, built like shields or fortresses, rely on a constant state of vigilance. They require you to be perpetually on guard, ready to defend against any perceived threat. This approach can lead to heightened stress and anxiety because your sense of security is dependent upon keeping external factors in check. It creates a scenario where your inner state is dictated by the actions and behaviors of others, leaving you in a reactive mode, always influenced by the environment around you. When our focus is on maintaining these defensive structures, so to speak, you're energetically tied to your past experiences or what's immediately in front of you. By constantly looking out for potential threats, you inadvertently recreate the very situations you're trying to avoid. This is because your energy and attention are centered on past wounds and current fears, which shapes your present reality and keeps you stuck in a repetitive cycle. For many people, these cycles can go on for 5, 10, 20 years, even a lifetime. In contrast, healthy boundaries stem from a place of inner clarity and vision. Instead of being defensive structures, they act like guidelines that reflect your own sense of worthiness in the life you want to create. These boundaries are rooted in a positive, love-based state, which aligns with emotional well-being. They aren't about keeping others out, but about defining how you interact with the world based on a clear understanding of what you want, your values, your goals. When your boundaries are built from this place of inner strength and clarity, they are less about controlling external circumstances and more about accessing your inner peace and sense of personal integrity. This approach allows you to influence your environment from within, rather than being a reactive byproduct of it. Your boundaries become an expression of the respect you have for yourself and the vision you have for your life, guiding your interactions in a way that supports your emotional and psychological well-being. Consider a situation where a friend consistently disrespects your time by showing up late or canceling plans at the last minute. If your boundaries are reactive and fortress-like, you might respond with anger or passive-aggressive behavior, creating tension and conflict. While this might assert your boundary temporarily, it often leads to further resentment and instability in the relationship. Now, imagine approaching the same situation with boundaries rooted in inner clarity and self-respect. You calmly communicate how their behavior affects you and clearly state your needs. For example, you might say, "I value punctuality because I believe it shows respect for each other's time. If this continues to be an issue, I'll need to reconsider our plans." This approach is firm yet compassionate, and it doesn't depend on external control, but rather on your commitment to your values. It comes from an energy of self-loyalty or staying true to yourself. Healthy boundaries are about setting standards for how you want to be treated based on a deep understanding of your worth and what you need to thrive. They are maintained not through force or control, but through a consistent alignment with your inner vision. This makes them resilient and adaptable, capable of supporting your well-being even in the face of challenges. When you focus on your vision, how you want to feel as a result of achieving a desired outcome, what you aspire to, or who you want to become, you gain a powerful frame of reference for making choices and decisions. This vision helps you stay focused on what truly matters to you, eliminating the need for defensive walls. Instead of being reactive, you're guided by a clear sense of direction and purpose. For example, if you have a vision of having fulfilling and respectful relationships, this vision becomes your guide. You make choices that align with this vision, such as communicating openly, setting clear expectations, and surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries. Your focus on this vision keeps you from getting bogged down by minor conflicts or feeling the need to be defensive because you're clear about what you want and how to achieve it. By shifting from fear-based reactive boundaries to ones based on love and inner clarity, you create a stable foundation for your emotional health. This shift allows you to live authentically and engage with the world from a place of strength and confidence. You're no longer at the mercy of external factors, but rather you influence your environment in ways that reflect your true self and support your overall well-being mentally, emotionally, and physically. Focusing on your vision is a powerful way to create boundaries from a love-based perspective. When you're clear about your vision for your life, the kind of relationships you want, the personal and professional goals you aspire to, and the values you hold dear, you set boundaries that align with and support that vision. This approach helps you stay true to your deepest desires and highest potential, guiding your actions and decisions in a way that fosters growth and fulfillment. In essence, boundaries built from inner clarity and vision are not about creating barriers, but about defining a space where you can thrive. This approach fosters healthier relationships and a more balanced, fulfilling life, free from the constant need to defend against external threats. By focusing on your vision, you create from a place of love, influencing your environment positively and breaking free from the cycle of recreating your past. They lay the groundwork for greater intimacy and connection in your life.